Hi, and welcome to Legislative Report. I'm State Representative Ryan Mackenzie of the 134th District in Lehigh and Berks counties. There are many high-quality, family-sustaining manufacturing jobs going unfulfilled in our area and across the state because the workforce doesn't exist to fill them. I'm a firm believer that we need to educate our youth about the opportunities available to them so they understand that not all good jobs require a 4-year college degree. In light of this, I and other members of the Majority Policy Committee recently toured Solar Innovations located in Pine Grove. The company manufactures innovative windows, doors, and glass. Also joining us was a group of students from Pine Grove Area High School who were enrolled in the Your Employability Skills, or YES program. YES allows students to explore various careers while earning class credit. This is similar to another workforce development program that I introduced and that passed the House unanimously called CareerBound. CareerBound would permit trade groups, businesses, and institutions of higher learning to partner with secondary schools to offer students critical exposure to careers in high-priority fields. Businesses participating in CareerBound would receive a tax credit in exchange for financial contributions to educational programs that give students hands-on experience in growing industries. This tax credit would be modeled on the already very successful Educational Improvement Tax Credit, or EITC, which encourages businesses to invest in schools and scholarship programs for the purpose of enhancing academic achievement. CareerBound would initially begin as a 4-year pilot program and would be overseen by already existing workforce investment boards that are located across the state. It's intended to prepare students for good-paying jobs while expanding the state's talent pool for employers. Let's take a moment to view some highlights of this fantastic tour at a modern manufacturing facility.
This is our manufacturing facility. This is where everything comes from. So here we have in the back, so loud. We have our aluminum is stocked in the back there, and then it's brought to the front. It comes to our machining centers where it's cut to size. We have welding underneath us. This is where our paint booths are. In the back there, if somebody wants a sunroom and it has a curved edge, we bend the bars in-house instead of sending them out. We control that ourselves here. And then everything we manufacture is pre-assembled here in our facility. We don't have anything standing right now, but it's basically like a giant erector set then. So all the holes are drilled, all the bars are cut, and it goes out to the site and it gets reassembled out there at that point. Yeah, and then we have packing, we have shipping, all of our departments are underneath us. We are currently on one shift. I don't know what our ratio of shop to office workers is, but we do have 140 people overall. Glenn here is going to turn this on. He's going to shoot a 2x4 at the glass, and it's not going to break, basically. And this is useful in Florida with hurricanes and a lot of water and air infiltration. So he has to get the laser right on the spot. That's where they're going to test.
Clear. 3, 2, 1.
Nice.
Dude, there's 2 panes of glass, an outside temper light and then an inside light with a piece of lamy on it. And the goal of the first shot is to break the outside light. It's just to shatter everything. And then you see a black mark in the lower left-hand corner. We'd have to shoot it a second time in that location. And the goal there, after you hit it, is for the glass, the lamy to hold in place. The lamy doesn't come out of the glass, out of the aluminum frame. So in the event of a hurricane, if your window ever got hit like twice or more than multiple times, you'd still have that piece of lamy protecting you from the wind pressure, debris, or anything in the outside.
You would like one of these on the back of your house?
Yeah, I can bring it right to my house.
Yes, yes, we can do that, of course. So we are, this is one of the products we make. We consider this a conservatory. It's very decorative. You have all of the grids in the windows here. You have different fluting on the bars here. You have the crown molding around the top. Does anybody know what a transom is? Ever heard that term? No? So a transom, I lost my pointer. We used to have a stick here. Is this band of windows that is above a set of windows. That's a very decorative thing. We manufacture these any size, shape, configuration. You can have grids in the windows, no grids. You can have grids that are shaped in an arch. We're really custom. We can do anything you want. We send these a lot. We do a lot in the New England states of conservatories, not so much in Florida. It's really hot in Florida. You don't really need a glass room down there. Colorado, colder states, they really enjoy conservatories. Now you can see that I'm starting to get this glare on my face here. So behind this nice man here, can you hit that switch and hold it in? So we also manufacture shading systems. They cut down on the glare so you can sit here comfortably, and in the summer, they cut down on a lot of the heat in the space as well.
What's the approximate cost of something?
Oh my, we're all custom. This one I would say was easily $100,000 for this. We do small sunrooms, $25,000, and then we can build a $500,000 conservatory. Really, whatever you want. So this is a greenhouse. This is our tropical greenhouse. You can see that we have the koi fish. They swim underneath where you're standing here into the other pond. We grow a lot of tropical plants in here. This is a coffee tree. One day, probably when you guys have grandkids, we'll get berries and we can have coffee. It's a very slow growing plant. We have pineapples down there on the ground. They're not starting yet. They will produce. These are banana trees. Last week we picked a bunch of bananas, and so soon this tree will bloom. What else do we have here? We have a lot of tropical foliage as well. Over here you can see the flowers on this tree. That's a lemon. Those will produce the lemons. And this greenhouse is a little different than a lot of our other ones because you can actually grow in the ground in this greenhouse. Whereas the other ones that you'll see, we grow in containers. It's kind of whatever the preference of the person is that's purchasing it. This is a more traditional greenhouse. We have benches in here you can see, and you grow plants in containers instead of in the ground here. Again, we make greenhouses that are fully functional. We manufacture all of the benches here. We manufacture the hanging rods up above. We supply the circulating fans that are in the corners. I'll turn them on. They get a little loud. They keep the air circulating in the greenhouse. We have foggers up above. They add humidity into the greenhouse. Plants like humidity. Right here we have a banana tree. This is the beginning of a pineapple. If anyone has ever seen this, that will keep growing and it turns into a large pineapple. And then we pick them here. We have all kinds of plants. We have some beans growing there, cucumbers. Yeah, a little bit of everything. We propagate plants here. I'm actually the gardener, so I take care of all the plants. I keep them happy. So any ideas where you would use a door that folds?
Here, he saw it. He was here.
Any ideas? Where on earth would you use a door that like this? A facility? Yes.
Hotels.
Right, hotels, restaurants. Open up the front of your building, then you can come outside, have dinner out on the sidewalk, that sort of thing. A lot of people put them in their houses, open up the, the space from the living room out to the outside deck. Those are very nice. How about you in the green? I want you to move this for me. I want you to take a guess how much these weigh. So take it here and just push it. Yep, just push it.
Well, it doesn't seem very heavy.
Right, doesn't seem very heavy. They actually weigh several hundred pounds.
Really?
But we have such great engineers here and we design these systems, and I'm sure you have really big muscles, but that is some of the things that our engineers do. They make sure that these doors open so smoothly you would never know you're moving hundreds of pounds per panel.
Welcome to Solar Innovations. A part of Solar Innovations is called IRT, Innovative Reel Technology, the fishing reel business. What you see here is a dream of the owner, Greg Peter. He is an avid fisherman, and he thought, well, he has all these machines and workmanship and people to do the labor and work for solar parts. He also has the possibility to make his dream come true by making a fishing reel. So he's hired people from the Higgins area. There used to be a plant there named Penn Fishing and Tackle, and that division went to China. So he started hiring people. He started with an engineer, a tool and die guy, from manufacturing guys. He has like 5 or 6 people hired here at Solar, dedicated to solar products and also to help with his dream. So I'm Tom, and I was also at Penn for 22 years. Combined, the employees that worked at Penn, there's probably at least 125 years of experience in the manufacturing, the assembly work, and the design of what you see here, IRT.
Is this connection, this putting manufacturers and educators together in the same room, I just think it's going to pay such great dividends. I don't think many people, I know that many people don't realize the great employment opportunities that we have right here in the area. And there's something that's so disappointing to me when I come into a manufacturing facility and I can hear you talking about it, that that there's, you know, this stigma, there's this expectation that everyone needs a 4-year college education to be successful. And it's disappointing when I hear that manufacturers are having difficulty in these high-tech, good-paying jobs filling those positions. So I'm working on a piece of legislation, and so is my colleague, Representative Mackenzie, to try and connect these things. The House bill that I have is 1816, and it's the Business Education Partnership that will allow educators to get continuing education credits when they come into facilities like this and understand what you're looking for and the opportunities that are available here, and what it takes to get those jobs, and how those jobs and how this facility not only benefits this community, but communities in the Virgin Islands and Russia and all over the world. So again, I just want to thank you guys for being a part of this program. Ryan, can you speak for just a second about your bill?
Sure. Well, thank you again to Solar Innovations for having us today, and thanks for all of you for coming out with the YES program. I'm State Representative Ryan Mackenzie, and I represent a district out in Allentown. I was born and raised in that area and grew up, got a great education. But one of the things that I found was that in high school, we didn't have these programs like the YES program. We didn't have career awareness. We didn't have opportunities to go out and visit actual businesses and see what people were doing. And so while all of you are receiving this great opportunity across the state, there are still a lot of students who don't have opportunities like this. And so I have a bill, it's called House Bill 1725. It's known as Career Bound. And what it would do is it would provide funding across the state to create programs like the YES program, where students could, in high school or middle school, learn about different career opportunities, and then learn also how to translate those career opportunities that are out there that they see in a place like Solar Innovations, that they might see and realize, hey, this is interesting, it's something I want to go into, and then help them put together a path from high school into that position and say, okay, you're in high school now, you should probably go on and get a trade degree or an associate's degree or a bachelor's degree if you want to go into that position, and help you work through that career pathway. And so it's something that is missing in education, I feel, and so Career Bound would help close that gap here in Pennsylvania.
So I'd like to ask a question of Superintendent Hinkle. What do you like about this program?
We do have a number of students who are going to trade schools and are interested in machining. We have a great teacher who I would like to see this conversation continue. Mr. Mack does our tech kind of side course at the high school. And we have students who are interested in working in facilities like this, and I'd like to continue the conversation. How can we change our curriculum to align that so that we become a flow of high-quality potential employees for this business and others? And that's very exciting to me, and I think this is just the conversation starter.
So at raise of hands, how many people never knew that this facility existed here? How many people are kind of amazed at how beautiful it is here? I mean, really, this is an amazing facility. I'm going to give you just one more, and I want to thank the committee here, the policy committee, for hosting this tour and being here today, because I think it's so very important. But they had a hearing just a few weeks ago in Tilden Township, and I was there. And let me tell you what I heard there. Thaddeus Stevens College, it's a 2-year technical college, okay? The president of the college was there, and he said, he came up with these numbers. He said, you know, we had last year 3,500 applicants, right, into the school. We could only accept 900, okay? But of our graduating class, they placed, what percentage, Mr. Geneselli, of graduates of Thaddeus Stevens College do you think they placed in careers in Pennsylvania?
80%,
96% of people graduated got placed in jobs here in Pennsylvania. That's unbelievable to me. What do you think the starting salary was? Average.
Between 30 and 40.
$62,000 a year. They had 3,500 people apply. They could only accept 900 of them. 96% of them got jobs here in Pennsylvania with a starting average salary of $62,000 a year. There are great opportunities in our manufacturing sector. Don't forget about it. Thank you so much.
You've been watching a tour of Solar Innovations in Pine Grove. I'm State Representative Ryan Mackenzie. My hope is the connections between manufacturers, educators, and students continue to multiply so that every student is fully aware of their employment options after high school. If you need assistance with any state matter, please feel free to contact me at my local office or through my website. That information will be shown in a moment. Thanks for watching, and please join me again in the future for another edition of Legislative Report.